Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. That guy's Tim, and this is Second Legacy. And thank you for devoting some of your time to this channel. Now, if you're not familiar, this is the channel where we take the happenings of the 2A day, we break it in, we break it down, got some analysis, some commentary, send you out with a smile, and that's what we're all about. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And this content is brought to you by our sponsor, Ammo Squared, and then we're going to hit some comments that Tim found on the internet again. Hang in here. And the content today is brought to you by a sponsor, Ammo Squared. Now, this is such an interesting idea, guys. We're talking about retirement accounts for your ammo. It's a thing. This is something you guys definitely at least look at if you're interested.
So what's really cool about it is you can tell Ammo Squared what type of ammunition you want, and it'll automatically purchase that ammunition throughout the month. You can also sell the ammunition back if you don't want it, or you can just say, send it to me now, and they'll hold it for you. They'll store it for free, and they'll ship it to you whenever you request it. There's so many cool features about this service. You really need to check them out at ammosquared.com, and we want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. All right, folks. So I've been surfing the internet looking for goofy gun grabbers and some of the things that they're saying, and this one stuck out to me. And this comes from our friend David Hogg. I mean, he's such a wealth of content for us. I need to send him a Christmas card, Braden. I really do.
We should. No, don't do that. He might get like it sniffed or thoughts and prayers.
Anyway,
thoughts and prayers.
So Davey, number 14, Doc, let's just jump into this. This is from Davey. Now, this is an example of the far left taking credit for what we gun owners have been doing. Kind of like Davey takes credit for bringing down the NRA. That was actually us. Crime coming down. We're going to get into that. So Davey posted this. Turns out taking action on guns actually works. Good thread. Thank you, President Biden, for getting the first gun law in 30 years passed and investing billions in community and school safety programs. The same school and safety programs you want to dismantle and take apart because they don't work. I'm sorry, Davey. You and Davey from K-12 Database are talking in circles here again. And then action on guns that really works. The first gun control law in 30 years. No, Davey, it's not the first one in 30 years. It's the most comprehensive one in 30 years. It stopped almost 200 people from getting a gun. That's like 0.005% of criminals. I mean, it's
of the numbers they gave us. Of the numbers they gave us. Could it be
something else? Could it, Braden? It has to be.
No, it couldn't.
It has to be the Safer Communities Act from last week that's doing all this, right?
Well, no. See, Tim, your math's a little off. It was the Safer Communities Act from 2022, and then the ATF's actions and announcements through President Biden of stopping the gun show loophole last weekend. That is clearly what caused this, Tim. Clearly. Yes. Couldn't be anything else.
I'm going with last week. Anyway, yeah. So basically, they passed the most comprehensive gun law in 30 years that, by their own measure, has done absolutely nothing. We ran the math on that. And then, of course, what Braden's talking about with Biden's recent action, of course, the Office of whatever gun violence prevention. Yeah. Of course, that's having miraculous effects on crime nationally, too, from last week. No, it couldn't be. Maybe what has been the latest craze, Braden, with all the states? I think we're up to 29 of them now. They've been doing something and allowing citizens to carry guns. Oh, that's right. Without permits. 29 states. And many of those states came on board with constitutional carry, which is permitless carry, since 2020. There's an awful lot of 2020s, 21s, 22s, 23s, and 24s out there. Yes, we've already had some 24s 4 months into the year. That couldn't be part of it. Do you think, Braden?
No, I don't think so. I think it's definitely the gun control that they never got, that they told us they needed. But now that they've only got the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, they've got to figure out a way to somehow twist the idea that crime is going downward off a cliff when people bought more guns than they've ever bought before. So now they're going, look, we did this. Gun control did. You didn't get your gun control. Yeah, but gun control did. Man, shut up.
And it's their actions in the last, couple of weeks that has
a week ago.
The last week's action actually was retroactive in its bringing crime down, because they did it last week, but it retroactively goes all the way back to the mid 90s when crime first started dropping and has continued to drop for the past 30 years. But no, it's their gun control last week that did all this. And
it was obviously the Safer Community.
And what has happened in the last 30 years? Every single state in the nation in the last 30 years became a concealed carry state. Right? And then on top of that, in the last 30 years, in the last few years, we've seen 29 states, well over a majority, 29 states have become constitutional carry, no permit required. And that had nothing to do with it. I mean,
weird.
By their calculus, more guns equals more crime. But we've shown time and time again, more guns has actually equated to less crime. More guns being carried by law-abiding citizens equals less crime. Because if you leave out the big piece they're leaving out here in their discussion, it's gun control saving lives. They don't want to mention the fact that gun sales have spiked the last 4 years.
Through the roof.
And while crime has been going down the last 4 years. But they just want you to take a look at last week and look at what we've done, folks.
Gosh. Man, when you zoom in, though, does it look good. I swear it's bigger when you zoom in. Yes, I swear it's a monster.
So listen to this. We have Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, West Virginia, and Wyoming. What do you think they all have in common, Braden? Permitless carry?
I was almost there.
Let the cat out of the bag.
I almost got there.
And guess what? We have a few more states to add to that list, Braden. Colorado, Delaware, Michigan, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Washington State, and Wisconsin. They allow permitless open carry.
Oh, my goodness. Do the gun controllers know?
I don't think so. Because it's their gun control that's actually bringing crime down. Not the fact that darn near every state in the union allows permitless carry in some form or fashion. Nothing to do with it.
I tell you, that is weird. That is odd.
Oh God, these people drive me nuts, dude. I don't even know. You know what? Let's take it to the next level. I want to see you have a vein burst in your forehead. Number 15, Doc. Ooh. Your friend Chris Murphy, Braden.
No, why you gotta? I don't like this guy. He makes me have feels and not happy ones.
Yeah, so he quoted the same Herbie thing that what's his face over there, Davey Hogg. He retweeted the same thing that Davey Hogg tweeted, and he goes, important thread. And they want to drive you over there to read this homicides are plummeting in American cities study or article or whatever it is, giving credit to their gun control last week. Reelect Biden, dude, everybody.
It's almost, it's so weird. It's almost like all the gun control advocates and Democrat acolytes are posting and retweeting the same studies that are coming out of cities that are controlled by Democrats.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a fun question. Hypothetical for the guy in the back, Tim. How could they be falling if all the gun control policies worked? Because that would mean they spiked, right? Because if they're falling from somewhere, they're falling from somewhere higher. So gravity usually works. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have questions.
Oh, I have lots of questions.
Chris Murphy used an emoji, so it must be true.
At the end of 23, what was the left telling us? Crime is rising. We got to pass gun control.
Rising. Yeah. More
and then 4 months later,
gun violence.
Yeah, literally, folks, the end of 23, they were saying we need more gun control because violence is rising. 4 months later, into 2024, in April of 2024, what are they saying now? Oh, hey, by the way, what we said a couple of months ago, forget that. Crime is actually coming down, folks.
And crime is actually coming down, and it's because of gun control.
It's because of the gun control we've already passed. We just didn't know that 4 months ago. We got an election to win, so we got to change the narrative.
I'll tell you. I did videos, and you can look at this. I believe we both did video. I think we did some on Second Legacy as well, right around the turn of the year, where we were talking about the numbers falling off a cliff, and we predicted that they were going to do exactly this because they had no other alternative. Yep. I'm pretty sure that we did that.
We did. We called it once again. It's that crystal ball I talk about. And
both of them.
They're so predictable because they're idiots. Idiots are easily predicted. And they just keep doing the same thing over and over again. This isn't new math, folks. This is the same shtick they've played my entire life. And so doctoring the numbers, lying to you outright, claiming victory for things they didn't do. That's what the left does. Anyway. I could go on and on and on.
No, I think that's right. We could go on and on, but I think you put a really good point on it. I really love looking at this stuff, man. Like little fun fact behind the scenes a little bit, guys. When you're looking at gun control stuff as frequently as we do, not only do we sometimes find really great, funny things like we've shown you, but a lot of the times, all the gun control acolytes and all the Democrat politicians that are for gun control, and they base some of their big brand around gun control, they all retweet the exact same articles with the exact same subtitles. And ooh, look at this here. Just ran across this great article. Then you go over to 4 or 5 different gun controllers and they've all posted the same thing within the last hour, all with the exact same, look what I just happened to cross, and it's the exact same headline.
And it's on MSDNC, it's in CNN, it's being parroted everywhere.
Comical.
Yeah, I mean, this goes to the point we've made many times before. The far left and the gun grabbers march in lockstep. If one moves, they all move in unison. And that's one thing we don't do, because on the right, we tend to be a little bit more independent thinking. So everybody has their own opinions. They don't fall into lockstep. It's one of the reasons I'm conservative, but you can't count me as a member of either major party. I don't believe in the Democrat or Republican parties. They're both equally corrupt. They both equally have screwed over gun owners during my entire life. Right. I would, and I've often said that Republicans have allowed more anti-gun legislation to pass than Democrats. It wasn't for a lack of trying on the Democrats' part. That's because Republicans and conservatives go to sleep when they have a conservative or a Republican-led leadership in the House, the Senate, and the White House. Like when Trump won in 2016, what did gun owners do? They went to sleep. Oh, we're safe for 4 years. We can kick back, do nothing. And that's how we get where we are. So
the lefties move like that scene in Jurassic Park where they're in the field.
Yeah,
maybe Dr. Producer can put it in there. Look at them move just like a flock of birds.
You're right. Watch geese fly. That's how lefties fly. Yep. Exactly one moves, they all move in unison. Exactly. But anyway, all right, folks. Sorry to infuriate you with this little goofy gun grabbers episode. I'm sure it probably got under your skin like it did Braden and I, but that's the whole point of this, is to let you know what's going on in the world and what those goofy gun grabbers are up to. Thank you for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.